Up on Mountain News this morning, a local health department gives some tips on how to keep your kids safe while in the car. And an automaker giant plans some extra routes here in the Commonwealth, possibly launching a new era of manufacturing.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
All right, good morning to you. It's 5:32 on this Wednesday morning. It's the middle of the week. I'm Dakota Makris, and let's head over to our Letcher County Bureau with Brandon Robinson. And Brandon, now the delay is short, so I have a short story to tell you this morning.
It is.
Because you're not here, so I haven't talked to you. So this morning, I told our producer, and I told you that I dropped my Coke Zero in my kitchen before walking out of the door this morning, and I just stood there. I just stood there for at least 30 seconds, just thinking about all the things in my life that have gone wrong up until that moment. I was so sad. But I cleaned it up, and we're good, and I have a
You had to reflect on everything.
I had to reflect. It was a moment of reflection for me, Brandon.
I understand. And may that Coke Zero rest in peace.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yes, again, it's a foggy morning out there. So maybe that was part of your problem. Maybe it was just too foggy for you to see, and you dropped that because you couldn't see where you were going. But anyway, this morning very foggy across parts of the region. You see that especially along the Kentucky, Tennessee, and Virginia borders there, from Jonesville all the way back over toward Lake Cumberland. Basically zero visibility. So keep an eye on that for this morning. We'll take a look at Logan, West Virginia, and you can see there on US 119 that the visibility is pretty low over that way as well this morning. 61 there, and on top of the mountain, Whitesburg Mountain, Pine Mountain there, US 119. Looks like the wind's been blowing a little bit up there in the higher elevations. That's caused the camera to move just a little bit. Temperatures across the board in the mid to upper 50s and the low to mid 60s across our area, down to 54 in Monticello, 65 and over toward Pikeville this morning. Mainly a normal day for temperatures on the coffee meter, but some spots you may need just a little bit extra. And as you head through the rest of your day today, your planner, well, sunrise is at 7:27 this morning, but sunset 7:19. So those days continue to get shorter. 81, your above average daytime high. Dakota.
All right, Brandon, thank you. A murder investigation is underway in Laurel County after a body was discovered on Saturday. Deputies say they were conducting a welfare check on Maple Grove Road. Upon arrival, deputies say they found 62-year-old Brian McCarty dead. They say an autopsy found McCarty had been shot multiple times. Deputies say multiple leads are being followed. A Northern Kentucky man convicted of underage rape charges will spend the rest of his life in prison. A Kenton County Circuit judge sentenced Joshua Turner to life in prison Monday. He was convicted back in July of 8 felony offenses, including rape and sodomy of 2 children under 12 years old. Court documents say Turner's girlfriend turned him in when she found videos of children on his computer. And a Richmond man is accused of abusing a young child. In an arrest citation, J. Douglas Thomas told officers that his girlfriend's 2-year-old daughter fell off her bed and became unresponsive while under his watch. The girl was taken to UK Hospital for treatment. Police say medical staff told officers the girl had a brain injury and multiple injuries consistent with possible sexual abuse. Thomas was arrested on charges of criminal abuse and strangulation. The current condition of the child is not known. A Barberville man was arrested Saturday on drug charges after police say a woman was brought to Barberville ARH unresponsive. The woman appeared to have taken oxycodone tablets, which detectives with the Barberville Police Department were able to identify the source of and prepare a search warrant against Darian Bargo. Once searched, detectives found that his house contained a large quantity of what are believed to be counterfeit pills disguised as common medications. Detectives were also able to take more than $15,000 in suspected drug proceeds. Police were also able to identify the overdose victim, but her name is not being released. Emergency crews in Breathitt County were called to a collapsed portion of a building Tuesday. Breathitt County emergency management officials posted on Facebook yesterday that happened at Citizens Bank on Main Street. Now the post went on to say upon arrival, crews found the decorative ceiling from the back portion had fallen. No injuries were reported. Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team members must be really excited after winning a major award and a brand new car. Now, the team was nominated in one of 7 categories in this year's Land Rover Above and Beyond competition. Officials from the search and rescue team learned they won Tuesday afternoon during a live stream on Facebook. The team won a Land Rover Defender. As Drew Stevens, one of the Wolfe County Rescue Team members, says this will allow them to keep doing what they do best, which is to reach others where the others cannot and saving lives. Well, when you get into your car, not only is it important to buckle your own seatbelt, but that of a young child, it is crucial to ensure that children are properly buckled in their child safety seat or booster seat. WYMT's Alyssa Williams spoke with several individuals on the importance of car seat safety.
When you hop in your car to take your next journey, it's important to think about the little passengers in the back seat.
Weekly, we get calls of people calling in saying, hey, I just rode by a vehicle and they've got children all over the back seat and they're not in their child safety seat. Anywhere
from 72 to 84% of child restraints show some sort of misuse. Installing a car seat in the wrong direction, not strapping a child or infant in tight enough, or even using the wrong car seat for the child's height can have devastating consequences.
They have to be in a child safety seat up until the time they are 40 inches tall. Anything over 40 inches tall, up to 57 inches tall, you have to put a child in a booster seat or under the age of 8 years old.
If you think the distance you're traveling is short enough to get by without strapping your child in, that's not always the case.
A lot of times when we put children in a car seat, you would often say, well, I'm just going up the road, I'm just going to Mama's, I'm just going to a neighbor. But if you will find, most of your accident happened close at home.
And if you're wanting to save a few dollars by buying a car safety or booster seat secondhand, think again.
So a lot of times people think that, hey, I'll save this car seat for someone else and use it a couple years later, but a car seat expires. So if, like if you buy a new car seat, maybe in 5 years, it may expire. So once it expires, it is recommended that it's not used again by anybody.
Reminding parents and caretakers to be informed on car seat safety. In Hazard, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, if you feel unsure as to whether your child's safety seat or booster seat is properly installed, Hazard Police Department Deputy Chief James East says to call Kentucky State Police to be connected with a certified safety seat installer. Well, Ford is expanding here in Kentucky. The automaker made the big announcement that it is building an electric vehicle battery plant just south of Elizabethtown in Hardin County. Now, production at the electric vehicle battery manufacturing complex is expected to roll out by 2025 and bring 5,000 jobs to the Hardin County area. Ford Executive Chair Bill Ford says this project is the largest single manufacturing investment in Ford's history and believes it will help launch a new era of manufacturing.
And we see all of this as a call to action, to design and build a future that will reshape the economy and protect our planet in ways that work for all of our families, to create new waves of good, stable jobs that will support our children and our grandchildren. And we have to be bold, we have to go big, and we have to do it now.
Even though the plant is being built in Hardin County, many see it as growth that can benefit all of the Commonwealth. Well, during a day of service, Four Roses Distillery helped the environment by cleaning up the Salt River. With Kentucky's natural water resources at the source of the bourbon industry, Four Roses employees gathered for a volunteer service day to help clean up the banks of the Salt River and surrounding roads, which provide a crucial water source for them throughout the bourbon making process. And even though they are only cleaning a small portion of the river, Master Distiller Brent Elliott says they hope to inspire others to do their part and help play a small role in keeping the environment clean.
If we start with what we can see and we try to perpetuate that attitude, that will expand and people will start to pay more attention to not only what you can see in the environment, but the fundamental areas that we have to really pay attention to keep the environment clean.
In a typical year, Master Distiller Brent Elliott says Four Roses volunteers pick up enough trash to completely fill 30 to 40 bags just in their area alone. Well, just ahead this morning, a Mexican restaurant made famous by an adult animated show now has some new owners.
And the forecast as we head through the first part of your Wednesday, we're going to continue to see, again, some clear skies for the most part. We'll talk all about that and your rain trend for the weekend coming up.